All right, guys. So, good morning, first of all. And I know what you're probably thinking, Alex. What are you wearing? Where did you steal this from? And what happened to your head? Well, it was a long weekend, let's just say. Anyway, let's dive into the important stuff here. GRIL was our lead gapper today, but it just didn't really perform the way we were looking for. Although the catalysts were kind of building up on top of each other, so I want to talk about GRIL a little bit today, and then DSS, we traded that one, and actually YVR ended up kind of being one of the more interesting tickers, so we'll also be reviewing that. Overall, I'm up not a lot today, $250 day trading, which is okay, but honestly, on a day like today where there wasn't a lot of opportunity, we were using still smaller size. I mean, I think today, I don't know, my average trade was probably around $5,000. Pre-market, I took a lot of ones around $2,000, and then my first trade at the open was also at $2,000, which was my best trade. So we left a lot of money today on the table, I think, by not getting aggressive enough, but today wasn't really the day for getting aggressive. And once we go to the charts a little bit more, I think that will make a lot more sense. So speaking about going to the charts, let's just go ahead and get to the charts. You can see our watch list, guys, and like always, at every live stream video, in that first pinned comment is going to be the watch list if you guys are curious to get on the watch list, or you just go to tradejournal.co/Winkler, and then you can see my latest activity on this site, including my recent post and then my trades. Okay, so going over here to all our accounts today, the swing trading. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. The swing trades, our swing trades are taking a bit of a hit today. We have pretty decent allocation. We're in with nine different swing trades, and I think a total, I think we're dealing with about like $32,000 in swing trading. So, being up or down just a few percentage moves this portfolio quite a bit. Now, unfortunately, half the swing trades, or a decent amount of the swing trades, are in our day trading account, because the other account was our Roth IRA and was fully allocated. So day trading YVR, we're up 174, DSS $82, and then I think we had a small loss in here somewhere, unless that was DSS and we covered from it. Actually, no, GRIL, there it is, down $1. I had a feeling there was one of those moves. So overall, I don't know. It was an okay day. Let's talk about, there's actually one ticker I want to talk about first, and that's GRIL. And I want to talk about why was I so interested in this ticker, GRIL. Let's pop it up here very quickly. And then let's actually go to the daily chart first, where we can see this a little bit better. And that's actually, let's go to the daily, not the weekly. And today you can see there's a lot of volume pumping in here, which actually just kind of makes the rest of the chart look a little shady, because it makes me feel like there's some dilution going in here. I'm not actually totally sure about that, but it's definitely a bit of a red flag. Overall, though, if we go to the watch list, GRIL is Muscle Maker Inc., located in USA. It's a restaurant company, and they had these really nice catalysts coming out. Muscle Maker Grill acquires Manhattan location. Muscle Maker Grill signs agreement. I'm bringing ghost kitchens to Miami Beach, Florida. Muscle Maker Grill awarded contract for 2 locations on Navy base. This is actually a little bit of the kind of ghost kitchen mix in there. All sounded really, really good. And I was like, okay, 5 million float, 17 million market cap. This thing actually has good room to run. And then right before we go to the charts, I actually want to mention really quickly here, I had a bit of an interview, you guys can see here, with Peter Klamka. Here's the full video title, and on Cordia Kitchens. I always have to watch out by saying that. Sometimes I say it wrong. Cordia Kitchens. There we go. I just said it wrong. It's an OTC small cap, and kind of interesting. I talked to the CEO about it. At first, I'm not going to lie, I thought it was kind of shady. I thought, ghost kitchens, I like. It's an idea that totally makes sense to me. It's basically, if you have a restaurant and you have you're not full capacity, why not let another restaurant, quote unquote, use your kitchen? You get kind of a commission based on that, and they kind of are distributing food from their your kitchen, but like as delivery, right? Because if you're ordering off an app, nobody really knows where it's coming from. Peter Klamka is really, with his company, kind of addressing that and making a company out of that, and it all seemed really interesting. It's about it's about like a 2.3 valuation, or at the moment 3 million valuation. I was a little bit nervous that they were in OTC markets. Now with the whole entire obviously the lockdown and kind of getting food deliveries, Uber Eats, yada yada, it's definitely becoming more and more of a thing. Ghost kitchens are not a new concept, and I like the concept for sure. But I wasn't totally sure on the company. So this interview kind of broke down a lot of the questions I was personally not sure about. So if you guys are interested, I just uploaded the interview, and actually pretty early. It was like way pre-market. But if you guys are interested in watching it, I definitely recommend checking it out. One more thing I want to notice is there's a bunch of timestamps I added, because at first I was like, okay, well, let me edit the video. Let me kind of make a little bit of an introduction. But we've already talked about this company once before on the live stream, and I was thinking, you know what, I'm just going to have the full video interview here that I can reference to in the future, and then in the future maybe we can make a video about the company itself if you guys are interested. So I know this was a little bit of a tangent, but let me know what you guys think. It's a little bit of a different style here. It's pretty much as raw and unedited as it gets. You can just check it out. Let me know what you guys think. So far, we're getting some pretty good feedback on that. So happy to hear you guys are liking it, or at least, you know, see that the initial response is good. Anyway, with GRIL kind of going down a similar route with ghost kitchens, utilizing that kind of new concept, especially around coronavirus when you can't have people sitting in the restaurant, makes a lot of sense. I was like, okay, well, this company, you know, it's fitting all the stats. I like it a lot. We have some bigger kind of resistance at 2.5, 3, and then after that we have kind of room to run all the way to probably 3.5 or maybe 4. Unfortunately, GRIL just didn't really get that leg out of the gates. GRIL, you know, pre-market started ever since it broke VWAP. You know, volume really fell off a cliff here, and this is when, you know, the key volume is supposed to drive in the right direction. At 7 a.m., you know, pre-market opens up for a lot of exchanges, including TD Ameritrade. Some exchanges do a little bit earlier, like Webull, but you know, most day traders aren't using an app like Webull, at least yet. We've been testing it out now for about 2 months, and I gotta say, it has a few nice qualities. But for day trading, it's always, to me, a little bit behind the ball. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of Webull for day trading. Swing trading, anything else is totally great for. Okay, so GRIL, especially the fact that you could trade before 7 a.m. pre-market, it allows you to get better entries on sometimes, or get filled when you can't get filled on TD Ameritrade. Sorry, again, another tangent there. Lots to talk about. Anyway, yeah, we weren't really making moves here. At one point, I was like, okay, well, GRIL is kind of making a bit of a potential flag pattern here, and maybe we will have a continuation, at least to VWAP. I was looking for a little bit of upside there. We didn't end up getting it, and I kind of closed this position for a $15 loss. Because I was looking for a quick move to the upside. We didn't get it, and I was out. I didn't trade anything GRIL into the open. I was thinking about this $2 zone. We were talking about this actually all pre-market. That $2 is going to be huge support on GRIL. I should have, could have, would have just accumulated around $2 and cut my losses if we broke $2. Because here we had a 17% rally, and this is where I could have been milking it today. This is really where I could have been making some good money. So yeah, left some money on the table on that move. I gotta say, this move to the upside here on the break of VWAP, this is always one of my favorite setups, those breaks of VWAP pullback. But I gotta say, GRIL had such strong history so far today of just making mean flushes all the time. So I thought, oh man, the chance of this, you know, having an 8% pullback or so is very high. I mean, check out this flush here a little bit later. This was a 12% pullback. You know, that could make our green day very quickly red. So I didn't want to have part of that, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to trade this, and I did one quick trade here. I wanted that breakout of VWAP, didn't really get it, walked with a small profit. I don't know, GRIL. This was a bit of a disaster for me, but you know, it's unfortunate because I had higher hopes for this ticker. Ultimately, it wasn't as, you know, I was actually looking back, it actually was kind of clean. It constantly freaked me out with these flushes. And at the time, I was like, I kind of shifted my attention quite a bit to a different ticker, YVR. And right before we talk about YVR, what do I think is going to happen with GRIL in the evening? Well, you know, again, $2 is a big support. I would like to see this area hold. If $2 breaks, I'd be very careful. But for now, if we can continue momentum here back to VWAP and maybe break it, this is going to be some interesting trading, especially on the way to the upside. I'd be careful trading this one on the way to the downside because you have these mean flushes. So dip trading GRIL, I don't think it's going to be that hot for something that I would be looking for. But I think, you know, if you notice that this thing's starting to pop up to the upside, if you notice that this thing's finding support, which kind of it is right now, maybe it's a time to get a little bit more aggressive. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me know your guys' thoughts below in the comments. And if you guys are learning something, don't forget to drop a like. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so let's keep going here. Let's go to YVR. YVR, why does that? Well, it sounds like a song. YVR, this was the ticker that actually ended up really kind of paying the bills for me today. I really liked the fact that this one was, staying above VWAP pretty nicely. This was actually a late mover because it wasn't until like 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, this one really came on the radar. I actually missed this whole move to the upside, and I wasn't really looking at this one until the consolidation part. Then, in the open, YVR, and actually, what I forgot to do? I forgot to talk about YVR a little bit. 8 million float, 17 million market cap, 4 retro games they're introducing with Throwback Entertainment. So, hot topic, gaming, huge niche, right? Huge industry, one of the biggest industries. Throwback Entertainment has a partnership, collaboration. I like that. And a catalyst, micro catalyst. I mean, a Canadian 8 million float. I was like, okay, well, why VR? I mean, this has huge potential. Unfortunately, it didn't have a chance to break above the VWAP. But we got this red to green move. I know that $2 is a big support. We bought into that and we sold at $2.19. This was a really, really solid base hit. This was like 15 cents a share. That's like a 6% or more profit trade, which is pretty decent. It's more than a base hit. It's not a home run trade, but it's a very, very clean trade. So I was pretty stoked about that already. Unfortunately, I didn't get full size. It happened very, very fast. Did some dip trades here, was looking for those quick 90 EMA retests. At one point, I was looking for that bigger move back to VWAP, and I got stuck in a flush, and I gave back like $150 on this trade. So this was, I was up, I don't know, into the 300s, and I think I went down quite a bit on this one. And then here, I made it back a little bit. Started accumulating here near, I don't know, 183 or something like that, bigger support, and then I wanted to sell on the break of 1.9. We didn't get that, saw a lot of weakness, and then we kind of closed out this one. Look at this, 175 actually ended up being big support, and has 6% move there. Yeah, this was actually a really, really nice place to, again, try to accumulate. Always those key big support zones, guys, tend to be very, very good. So always keep an eye out for those areas. DSS, not a lot to talk about there. To me, this one's a little bit... of course, right, I say not a lot to talk about this one. I realized after 11, once we ended the live stream, it went insane. Actually, I got to say, there's a lot to talk about this one. This is really, really strong move here. 42% now from the low, actually. I really like this kind of big pullback area. Wow, look at that. Look at that perfect entry. My God, that's picture perfect. Little consolidation here, little pop to the upside, another 90 EMA pullback. Oh man, we could be milking this thing. I was not looking at quantum at all after the stream. DSS, I was really not stoked about the catalyst. 2 new board members. One of them is the CEO. I was like, okay, well, that's great, but is it really worth the company being up 64%? I don't know, probably not. 22 million market cap. Yeah, I don't know. U.S. specialty business services company. Props to this company. I'm happy things are working out for them, but overall, my issue with DSS is the long-term chart. I was not kind of expecting this one to be the kind of the gapper. Long-term wise, this is not something I'd really want to be touching, but I gotta say on the daily, it's looking like a really, really nice move. We have big resistance at 755. Big question is, can we break above that 180-day moving average and maybe see this something into the $8 zone? I'm a little skeptical here because we've had a lot of these failed breakouts to the upside. So if I was long DSS right now, I'd probably be looking for maybe one last move and taking some profits from there. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? Always be looking for those 5-minute setups. Always be trying to think, how can I manage my risk? DSS right now is looking pretty hot. I got to say, I almost want to day trade it myself right now. Whew, I don't know, slippery slope to go down for sure. But overall, I'm pretty happy with today. I think it was a nice little start to the week. Swing trades are obviously down, but hey, that's swing trades do what they do. They go up and down. We talked about them for like 20 minutes today on the live stream. So nothing new there that is worth reviewing on this recap. I will see you guys first thing tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And then, see you guys next time. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Like always, ciao, ciao.